And we are back.
Back from where? Restart.
Well, we weren't here last week, right?
Restart.
We're on vacation.
Restart.
Man. What do you mean? All right,
Restart.
Fine, ready? All right,
Fucked
ready?
it up.
All right, we all have to be quiet. Ready?
All right.
Welcome back to your favorite podcast of all time, the Marking Out Network.
Why do you pause like that? It drives me fucking nuts. Just fucking say it, man.
It irritates the hell out of me too, but I ain't
Marking Out
I ain't
Network.
want to say nothing.
Why are we doing this?
Because
please stop. Just say it. Just say it. Just say it.
It is because it is the professional wrestling podcast.
It's not the dot Marking Out Network.
Well, no, you lost one more dot. Then you got it. Yeah. Anyway, I'm your favorite of all time, Dean Walker. That's right.
And I'm your boy Cordell, aka Smoke.
And guys, you probably already know me. I'm Neal Pretty Boy Thomas. No introduction needed, right?
Anyways.
Yeah, so we're going to be talking about WrestleMania 39. This is our prediction show. That means whatever we say, literally, it's going to be fact.
Yep.
We're calling it. We got our booking hats on. I know I do. These guys don't. But every match we're going to go through, we're going to talk about.
I got my booking panties on.
You got booking panties. Of course you do. Of course you do. We're going to go through every single match. We're going to talk about every little detail about every single match that we like. Some we don't like. Majority of we really don't like. I think we can all agree on that. But this is a big one. This is WrestleMania 39. We're geared up. I think at this point, we just want this thing to get fucking over with. Am I right?
Pretty much.
I think we're burnt out over here, man.
I'm tired. I'm already ready for the Monday after Mania.
We don't care. The build-ups, they are what they are at this point. There's no making
with it.
There's no making it more interesting. This is gonna be it, right? And I think we can all agree that this WrestleMania is probably. I haven't been this less excited about a WrestleMania in a really long time. Can you guys agree on that? Our enthusiasm level. We talk about this. I watch 8 to 10 hours of wrestling every single fucking week, and I am just burnt the fuck out.
It's been really lackluster the last few weeks.
And I hate being negative. But this is what it is. It's just like it's lackluster. There's been very little build in this WrestleMania in particular.
Little build. The build has been lazy.
It's been lazy. It's been extremely lazy.
No effort. It's I mean, you can tell they put effort into the bloodline, but there's been no effort other than that.
We're gonna talk about that one. We're gonna talk about Dom versus his dad. Ray finally popped him last week on SmackDown. We're gonna talk about that.
What do you mean last week? That was yesterday.
Hey. Well, whatever. Again, it's been a long. It's very long, right? All right, guys, you want to dive deep into this? Skipping. How are we gonna hop, skip, and a jump, Dean, or what are we gonna do to the next match? What are we gonna do?
Rocket. We're gonna rock it to the first match.
We're gonna rock it to the first match. All right. So we're gonna talk about Austin Theory, my personal favorite, as you guys all know, versus John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you, Dean, here. First match out the gate. Can you see John Cena winning this one?
I can't see John Cena winning, but I do have a strong theory that Austin Theory.
You got a 2-for-1 there, guys. That was a 2-for-1.
You promised us you weren't going
that was a
to do
2-for-1.
Bam
Following
again.
all cylinders.
You promised you weren't going to do that shit.
Yeah, no, I'm a liar. I'm a liar. Something I'm working on.
This isn't a therapy session. Just to go on with it.
No, I think Theory's gonna win, man. I like I said, what is it, 2 weeks ago now? I would say John Cena any other time, but I don't see him winning the championship and going on to even be champion for a week. I don't see him coming back after Mania. Maybe down the line, but not consistently. So I'm gonna have to say Theory, and I don't mind it. I think Theory is great. But we'll see what happens.
Go ahead, Smoke.
I personally think Theory's going to win this one too.
Okay.
No one benefits from this besides him.
Yeah.
So he's the only one that needs to have the win. I think Cena is just doing a favor and trying to help this young kid who looked up to him and sees him as this role model, and he's trying to give this new up and coming talent a lifetime dream of competing against him.
That's great. But you know what? So obviously people know my feelings about Austin Theory. And anybody out there that listens to the show, you guys, you should be listening to the show. Want to give me a reason why Austin Theory's even in this match? Please let me know, because nobody's given me a valid reason why he should even be in here. But I guess that's besides the point. He is in the match against John Cena, so I have to live with it despite my feelings of the actual match. To me, I don't give a shit who wins this match. I don't really care about John Cena. Great, he's a really good promo, and I think I've appreciated his promo work more now than I ever have before. And Austin Theory, he still needs a long way to go. His promo work sounds like a robot sometimes, and I think that's something he can work on in time, and eventually maybe in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years he might be better now, or better then than he is now. But I guess that we'll wait and find out. I do think eventually he's gonna be, I hate to say it, but I think they're gonna push him very, very, very hard. He is gonna be a main event guy. I'll go on record and say that Austin Theory versus Montez Ford is a WWE Championship match maybe like 2 years from now.
Oh, absolutely.
I definitely see that. But in this match particular, you made a good point, Smoke. Who does it benefit most? John Cena winning would do absolutely nothing for Austin Theory's career right now.
Right.
That would mean absolutely nothing. What is he going to come back the following week and like open up a United States Challenge match? And he's 45 years old now. There's no way he's going to be there week to week to week to week. So we know that's not going to happen. So Austin Theory, he's definitely going to probably go over on John Cena. Cena's going to do business. He's going to not necessarily pass the torch, because Cena doesn't have the torch now anyways to pass.
I was going to say.
But yeah, but it's more of like what you said too, Smoke. Like Austin Theory grew up a John Cena fan. He idolized him. He took the photos, with the old school United States title belt and all that kind of stuff. He definitely is a fan. He's trying to emulate John Cena's career path. And so I do think Austin Theory will go over on John Cena. So he is going to win the match. But again, like John Cena said a couple weeks ago in the promo, what's going to happen then? I'm not going to be there to hold your hand, and how you take your career from that point forward, if and when you do beat me, that's going to be on you, and we're going to see what happens when he does beat him, because I think he will.
All right.
Well said, man.
All right.
Well said. What's next?
All right, so match number 2 is a showcase match, a.k.a. the pre-show match back in the day. How come they don't have pre-show matches anymore? Anyways.
Probably just outgrown them.
Outgrown them? You can't say for time, because the time would not make the difference.
I just think they just outgrown them.
Maybe,
Okay.
it's a bad way to feel about it. Like, oh, I'm on the pre-show. I'm not good enough.
Because sometimes pre-show matches, you're like, oh man, that should have been on the main card. In the main card match, you're like, man, that should have been a pre-show match.
Yeah.
It's
I think we're gonna see a lot of the matches this year.
WrestleMania's got tons of pre-show matches. Speaking of pre-show match, a showcase match. All right, let's get this straight. It's a showcase match. We got Strowman Ricochet versus Alpha Academy versus the Street Profits versus the Viking Raiders. This is a tag match that probably ends up being, I would say, probably a pretty good match, because you got a lot of talent in there. I'll make it quick, guys. I'm just gonna go with the Street Profits winning, just because I think they're the best team. Maybe Strowman and Ricochet, but I'm gonna go Street Profits.
I think I'm gonna go with Street Profits.
Okay.
Oh man, either the Profits or the Bald Bros.
The Balding Bros.
Balding Bros.
Balding
Yeah.
Bros.
I think because Street Profits, they're great. They're probably the best team here, but are they on their way out? So if they're on their way out, are they going to have a solid win at Mania?
Oh, that's true. That's true.
So I'm thinking the only team that's on the bigger up and up, because, Alpha Academy with the OTs thing.
We know it ain't going to be Ricochet.
It could be Balding Bros. I mean, it's not Viking Raiders. So it could be Balding Bros. I'm going to say them. I'm going to go oddball.
You going Viking Raiders?
I didn't mean that one.
Yes, you did. Yes.
Wait, you said Viking Raiders?
No. Balding Bros.
Oh, Balding
Balding
Bros.
Bros.
Okay.
And then I said oddball.
That name's official. They actually, when they come on screen, that's the graphic too, by the way. Balding Bros.
Yeah, that's the way it is.
All right, so the second showcase match, a.k.a. the pre-show match, we got everybody's favorite Natalya, Shotzi versus Ronda Rousey, Baszler, Liv, and Raquel, and a fourth team to be named. So, guys, when you're watching this video, we do not know the fourth team. I don't think it necessarily matters.
Did they just create a match
to get everybody on the card? Yes,
to include the jobbers. Okay,
that's exactly what you think it is what they did.
Okay.
Yep.
just so everybody can be like they got to see their fave.
This is another reason they should have Money in the Bank at Mania. You can add 6 to 8 people per match for women and men.
They really want to. They really want to put probably Money in the Bank. It's almost like the 5th major PLE now. Too.
And I'm okay with that too. But seeing it on that huge stage at Mania, that was always so fun.
That was cool.
I don't know.
The one that stands out to me was when RVD won. I'll be honest with you, I marked that.
That was one of the best ones. Yeah,
RVD won the briefcase at Mania. That was pretty cool.
Or Punk and that was pretty fun.
All right, so we'll make this quick. I know, Smoke, you're probably gonna go with Natalya and Shotzi to win this one, right?
Natalya will prevail.
What's Natalya's record at WrestleMania? Does anybody know off the top of their head?
I don't know. She's had 20 matches now at Mania?
She's like Undertaker level.
Yeah,
like,
she's Undertaker.
Yeah. They were all battle royals. They were all, SmackDown battle royals. Or Lumberjill.
I don't know. We could probably look that up later and confirm how many battle royals were in there.
For the women's tag team title. She did have.
She did with her and nobody meaner than Tamina, right? That wasn't a WrestleMania match.
She had 2 moments.
And what was the other one?
The first one was with Shayna, and the first one was when Banks and Bailey won.
Okay.
Or was it the Iconics who won?
You're asking the wrong dude, man. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Somebody won, and remember Tamina's with Nia Jax at the time, and then she was with Beth.
Okay, I'm gonna take your word on that.
Yeah.
So who you going with in this match? Even though we don't know the 4th team yet, I guess it doesn't matter.
It's gonna be Tegan and Emma.
Tegan and Emma, huh? Okay, fair enough.
Are they even in the match?
Oh, you're saying who's gonna be in the match?
The 4th
team.
The 4th team is gonna be Tegan and Emma.
Okay.
I mean, who else is gonna be?
That's a good question.
I was gonna say the Chelsea Green.
And
she's on Raw though.
Yeah, this is SmackDown.
You know what? Chelsea Green, she's been pining to get on WrestleMania.
Oops.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Chelsea Green and who?
Who do you think's gonna win the match then?
Well, your fave is in there. Since you seem
you know who I'm gonna go with, so don't even bother asking.
Since you seem to have a keen eye for lackluster talent, your fave Liv Morgan is in there, so I think she's gonna win. They seem to really be up on her.
All right, that's cool. So you're going with Liv and Raquel?
Yeah, sure. I mean, if the crowd, WWE sometimes like to please the sheep.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah, and the sheeps are all going for Liv.
I am wearing white too, by the way.
Bye.
So
sheep, who you going for?
I'm going for Liv and Raquel.
Oh, of course.
Obviously.
Weird.
Just
shocker.
How WWE planted it.
Shocker. All right, Dean, who you got in this match?
I might have to go for the same. I was going to say the people who come in last, the surprise opponents. Usually they win. But like you said, I mean, there's really not too many options.
I was gonna say who else you got?
So, and the surprise opponents would already be in the match with the.
Is it Mercedes and Trinity?
I highly doubt that. But okay, if that's your prediction, we'll go with it.
So I guess we're all going with.
I'll actually, you know what? When I make this later, I'm gonna create the thumbnails like Trinity Star and Mercedes gonna show up at WrestleMania as the 4th tag team, breaking the 4th wall, guys.
Breaking the 4th wall, yeah.
Trinity Star, man, straight out of 2005.
Yeah. All right, cool.
That name sucks.
You don't like that?
No,
I didn't mind when I saw it. I was like, all right.
She sounds like she's dancing on a pole or something.
We're not gonna do too much on Trinity, okay?
You don't like the name. That's surprising.
I mean, if she worked in a club, but
don't try her, man. Don't.
No, I like the woman. I like the woman. Don't like the name. Her. Sounds something.
Usually I'm the one that was gonna like bag on the names and stuff like that, but that's surprising. I didn't mind it at all. I was like, it kind of suits her.
That's because we fight for Trinity.
Any type of name, like what are generic names? Storm, Star. You know what I mean.
Well, Toni Storm does have a OnlyFans, I think.
I forgot about Toni.
She does. She does. Pretty successful one too.
All right, so what's the next match?
All right, so we're gonna go with. Oh man, this is Dean's wheelhouse right here. Man.
For the kids.
He's been pining for this one. Seth freaking Rollins versus Logan Paul. Here we go, bouncing up and down. Let's do it.
The young social media kids.
All right, Dean, kick it off, man. What do you got?
All right,
man, I'm gonna have to go with.
Explain your reason for it before you just say who you want to win.
Yeah,
give some analysis here, man.
Shit, you wanted me to go deep.
Yeah.
Why did you encourage him?
Explain. How about this? Explain the setup to the match. What caused this match to take place?
All right, so listen up, folks, kids, kiddos.
Okay.
Gather round.
Okay, now you sound like you about to go to jail soon.
and then here. Wait, that doesn't sound like a campfire.
I don't know what that's supposed to be.
Just tell the story.
How do you do the crackling of the fire? So anyway, this is what happened. All right, Big Daddy Seth Rollins. Is that a weird name? I was just trying to say the guy who's been there for a while.
Let him keep talking. just let him keep talking.
Just do your thing.
Just let him keep talking.
Do your thing.
Okay, just let him keep talking.
Just do your thing.
Yep. Just let him go with it.
Any hoozles. Seth
Keep
Rollins,
digging that
right?
grave. All right, go ahead.
He wasn't happy that Logan Paul, the guy who got him out of the Rumble match, he lost his shot to win the championship at Mania. Ooh, ouch, hurts, right? Especially coming from a guy who's a social media star. Ooh. Can you guys give me at least one ooh, please? Come on.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Next time you do it. Next time you do it.
All right.
Okay, yeah.
So he lost to a social media star. He lost his championship match.
Ooh.
That's right. That was it's a little sexual.
Fucking weirdo.
Bring it back. But no, so I can see what he's talking about. It's an outsider, man, and
that outsider's been there
that.
for quite a few pay-per-views now.
Yeah, and he's probably kind of mad. Seth is like, man, I've been working my ass off. I never get the big title belts anymore. I never get chances. And Logan Paul got a chance at Roman. Mm-hmm. Can I get a ooh?
Ooh.
Thank you. Still weird. And, I don't know. I think Logan, Seth, I don't know. You guys go first.
What did you even say?
I don't know even what your point was.
What did you even say?
I don't even know what that was.
You said a whole lot of fucking nothing.
I know he did.
Nothing.
This was your chance to shine, man, and swing and a miss.
We purposely did not interrupt you.
I didn't say a word.
We purposely did not interrupt you so you could finish your point, and you said absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
I heard oohs and ahs, and oohs and ahs, and this was sexual, and then that's all I got from that.
And it was you got Seth, you got Logan.
First of all, it started off bad. He called Seth Big Daddy. I don't know where that came from.
And you said nothing. You said nothing even pertaining to anything.
I asked you what was the build up to get to this point for the match,
and you just said their name. And you just said their name. Get it fucking together, man.
I wasn't prepared for this, man. I was
all right.
This is the one time I wanted you guys to step in. Nobody stepped in.
No, the floor was yours, literally.
I was crumbling. I was sweating. I'm sweating out of places I didn't even know I could sweat from.
All right, we're on video.
Yep.
Relax.
Listen, I don't have a prediction, man. This is
you could have just said that. What the fuck, man?
No, this is better.
Well, because think about it. I mean, Seth Rollins, he could easily win, right?
Okay.
But are they going to make Logan Paul lose? That's the question. Can I get one more? Ooh.
No.
Okay, I'm sorry. You guys go.
No, we gave you 3 already, and I'm over it.
Smoke, he had his chance. He blew it. He was up to bat with the bases loaded and missed.
Let me see.
Go ahead.
Let me try to clean up what he.
Yeah, clean it up. Clean up that mess. Mop it up.
So we have a veteran like Seth Rollins who is going against a new guy, someone who wasn't like I would say a born wrestler or competitor, someone who didn't make this his dream, and he just one day woke up out the blue and said, "I'm going to be a WWE superstar."
Ooh.
I didn't need help.
Sorry.
I didn't need help.
I was trying to bring it back.
I didn't need help.
No.
This isn't a bounce off you bounce off me thing. No,
rebound.
Keep it to yourself.
Get the assist.
To yourself, though.
Get the assist point.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
And then, actually, you know what? If you want to know the truth, there's a lot of controversy over over this whole match, and it's because of what Logan said on his podcast about social media stars being offered almost $3 million to join WWE. And so this is being a thing where it's like, not saying that this is actually happening in house, but this is I can see where the storyline could be. Here you come off of your platform into mine because you think that you woke up one day and because you have this clout, you can come in and do whatever you want. And actually something that Logan said was a lot of social media stars are saying, oh, if I don't make it on social media, I can just go to WWE because WWE is offering social media stars so much money just to join their company.
Yeah, so who do you think is going to win?
I honestly think that shut up. I didn't need help. Honestly, it's tough because Seth could win to teach the rookie, a lesson and put him in his place, and then Logan could win to show that the rookie can go and deserves his spot. And I think honestly, if they want to progress the story, I think the rookie needs to win. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna go with Logan Paul.
Oh, you're going Logan Paul? That's surprising. So yeah.
I think Logan too, man.
I think Logan's gonna win.
Oh man,
you should have just said that from the beginning.
If Seth wins, okay, cool. But if Logan wins, stories.
There's a story. It's
that.
More of a build up to it.
As the kids on the internet say, heat. It brings in heat.
Neal, please finish. What's your prediction?
So I'm gonna go in a different direction here. Smoke, you made excellent points. Dean, not so much.
That's all right. That's all right.
So what I was thinking is,
I miss it.
Logan Paul, he is looked as an outsider to the whole business, right?
Yep.
He's not one of the boys, quote unquote. He will never be a part of the locker room. I don't know how he is personally with all the other WWE talent. I don't know how his relationship is with anybody like that.
Yeah.
All I know is he was brought in because he does have a young following. He has a huge social media presence, and he brings in other people that normally do not watch WWE. They're like, oh shit, my favorite Logan Paul, I drink his prime drinks like Dean, 6 a day, whatever it is. He's touting it right now. So he's like, all right, I'm going to bring in eyes to the product. And I think that's business-wise extremely smart.
It's extremely smart.
Despite my personal feelings on him, that's if I was doing business, that would be a good business decision. Now, when it comes to the match itself, I'm going to go with Seth Rollins on this one.
Okay.
Because I think the caliber of talent that Seth Rollins is at a WrestleMania, that he doesn't necessarily need to win this one because Seth Rollins can lose a match and bounce back, but I think this will be almost like a stain on Seth Rollins' WrestleMania record. Mm-hmm. I can't see him losing to a social media star, and I don't think if Seth Rollins actually loses this match,
but
go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
If he loses this match, I can't see a story coming from this. What, for a rematch? Why?
My thing is this: you're
Go ahead. Just ignore him, Smoke. Just ignore him. Just ignore him.
My thing is, though, from what you're saying, yes, okay, this could be a stain on Seth Rollins' career. However, if this was not a trained athlete, yes. If he was going against Richard Simmons, maybe.
Yes.
But Logan Paul has been training. He's shown that he can go. He probably gave Roman the best match of his career. Mm-hmm. If we want to be honest, he probably gave, as far as performance wise, probably gave Roman the best match of his career. I don't look at it that way. I think they're both going to put on one hell of a match, and I think that it's not a stain to his whether he wins or loses. He's still going to be to the social media stars who don't watch wrestling, the guy who Logan Paul beat.
No, that's actually
it's still what it's like that saying in Hollywood, all put. He's rubbing off on me, man.
Yeah.
It's like that saying, all publicity is good publicity.
Yeah, of course. And no, yeah, you did say that Logan Paul is a trained professional athlete. He did give Roman a really good match, but I have this stigma in my mind that, Seth Rollins, he's been there for such a long time, and to lose at such a big time WrestleMania match, to me, that's Seth Rollins falling a little further back, and I think despite who wins this main event, Seth Rollins is going to get pushed into the title picture, but we could talk about that later. But yeah, I just don't think Seth is going to lose this match, and I think it'd be really bad. I can't wrap my fucking head around it. That's what I'm trying to get at. I can't see it happening.
Okay.
And now we're not saying it's not going to be a good match, because Logan Paul proved time and time again he's going to put on a quality match.
It's going to be a great match.
It's going to be a good match, and it's going to be super fucking close, But I think Seth Rollins is going to end up winning. All right, a match that I completely missed out on. All right, we're going Trish, Becky, Lita versus Damage Control, Dakota Kai, Io Sky, and everybody's favorite Bayley.
Can I be honest with you?
What's up?
I don't care.
You do not care. You know why you don't
Agreed.
care? Because there's nothing on the line in this match.
First off, let me break down.
We could talk about the booking here in a minute. I need to go off a little bit on this.
I just want to break down everything about this. First of all, I don't care.
Yeah.
Second of all, what is the story behind this? Why did Trish and Lita help Becky? Why? Why did they decide to become a team?
Yeah, why did Trish ended up helping them win the tag titles?
What does Trish part play into this?
Yeah.
It's
for sure.
Now, if this is a story for future events, I can see it. They're planting the seeds, but this to me just seemed random and put together. And I'm always glad to see the older talent come back and kind of mix in with the newer talent, because we all have that moment where we'll look at a performer and we'll be like, damn, if such and such was here, they could win against blah blah blah. I would have loved to see that. They retired already. That sucks, but it's nice to see them come in and out here and there. But I would have been just fine with a Raw match.
Yeah, no,
I would have just been
completely agree.
Just fine with the match on Raw, SmackDown, or any other pay-per-view besides WrestleMania. I just don't care.
And the thing that kind of bugs me is because they want to make it seem like the women's tag team champions mean something, but on the biggest event of the year in WWE, you do not defend the women's tag team titles. That shows me they don't give a shit about those belts. They do not, because they just proved that they don't. They made it a 6-woman tag match where they easily could have had Dakota Kai, Io Sky defended against, Becky and Lita defend against Io Sky and Dakota Kai, and then have Trish one-on-one with Bayley. Wouldn't that make more sense? That would have made perfect sense, because that serves twofold. You get the one-on-one match with Trish and Bayley, and then you got the tag team titles being defended. That's the perfect situation.
That would have
a
been
6-woman
perfect.
tag, nobody's going to care who ends up winning this. I have zero interest, despite Trish being my second all-time favorite now, and then Lita being my, I would say, maybe top 5 favorite of all time.
Who's your first?
I don't know. She's right next to you guys over there in the corner.
Oh, dude, I didn't even put that together.
Yeah, you didn't realize it, right?
I forgot about Merce.
Merce.
And that kind of tells you the WWE thing of we should be extremely happy to see Trish and Lita, right? But why? But we're not.
Why?
I'm jumping for joy.
You're not jumping for joy. You're not jumping for joy. You're not jumping for joy.
I just really want to know why, though. I just wanted to know, what is the purpose? What's the reason? Why do we care?
Yeah.
Like,
so you're saying,
Trish,
where's the story, right? Where's the story? Everybody talks, where's the story?
We love Trish, we love Lita, but where's the story?
No substance.
I need you to put your hands down and relax.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
There's no substance. What is that? What are you grabbing? What are you grabbing? Low hanging fruit?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Jesus Christ, man.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So who's your
prediction? You didn't even say. I didn't say my prediction yet, but you go ahead.
Me neither.
Yeah.
You can't forget about Deaners. Ooh, he's thinking.
Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna be honest with you.
My oohs are kind of like hi-hat and rap. You know what I'm saying? You gotta always have it.
Ooh. Anyways,
I thought that was a good.
Probably just gonna go with.
Just say Damage Control so we can move on.
Damage Control. They need a win.
All right, I'll just go Trish, Becky, Lita. That's it.
I think you guys kind of are on the balls. This match doesn't matter who needs the win. I think Damage Control is going to control, alt, delete their opponents and win.
Oh man, where's those bad sound effects at? That was bad, man.
Why do you always hit the wrong
bad.
shit?
Not quite.
One more time.
We'll edit it in post.
Yeah. That was a little dragged out, but yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's kind of long, isn't it?
So all right, let's keep it moving. All right, so my favorite match on the card, guys. I can't fucking wait for this train wreck of a match.
Oh man.
We got Brock Lesnar versus Omos. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Macho Man, eat your fucking hearts out because this is gonna be a thriller.
Hulk Hogan and Andre who?
The Rock and Hogan? What?
What?
No. All right, who wants to kick off this piece of shit match first?
Did y'all see that TikTok of Omos versus Omos versus Omos?
Oh yeah, that's what we
versus
want.
Omos,
Yep.
Special guest
Referee Omos.
Omos. What the fuck, man? That's funny.
Your sign over there, Smoke. What do you think about this one, man?
I wonder if Omos caught somebody saying something racist in the back room and they were trying to make it up to him. Cause
they're like, "Oh shit, you want to face Brock Lesnar? It's cool. It's a big payday."
I just wonder if did he catch somebody with their pants down. It's not even a dig at him. It's the match.
I mean, hey, Vince is back, man.
Vince literally made this match. Vince booked this match, the worst match on the
I
card.
meant catching somebody with their pants
I
down.
was trying to just let you talk.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Boom.
All right, go ahead.
I lost that sound effect, so we can't use it.
All right, whatever.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, man. I don't know. This was just a very odd pairing. I don't know who he did this for. He definitely didn't do it for the masses. I don't see what the I got nothing.
Who's gonna win?
Omos.
Oh, you got Omos going over.
Swimming in the Omos juice. You're not feeling it.
Omos caught somebody swimming in some juice because he ain't no.
Ooh,
he
does that deserve a new?
He walked into the wrong door one night and saw something, and somebody was like, "You know what, buddy? We believe in you. You're gonna get a WrestleMania match."
Wow.
I mean, I see what they're doing. I do. I get it. You know, we need to get Omos over Lesnar. You know, I see it.
Okay.
I get it. And if this match does go great, Omos could look like a threat. I get it, 100%.
All right. I hope this does something for his career.
But why did he go months without a match?
Yeah, the build-up. I mean, this whole pay-per-view build-up is just every match, man. Isn't that crazy?
It's just terrible.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that, like, all right, you want to make him a threat, then he was just squashing jobbers, but then you didn't have him beat anybody of relevance.
Yeah, that jobber shit needs to go, man.
And we didn't see him on TV for months.
Yeah, Triple H didn't give a shit about him. And then all of a sudden, Vince McMahon comes back into the fold, and he makes this marquee match.
Weird timing, huh?
Yeah, Brock Lesnar, you know, he obviously wants to be on the WrestleMania card, and him choosing Omos to fight, it is what it is, man. I'm going to go... this is going to be a 4-minute slugfest of epic proportions. Not really. I'm going to go with Brock Lesnar with 2 F5s to win it. Why not?
Okay.
One's not going to do it. He's going to kick out of the first, and then Brock is going to hit him with one more, and then he's going to pin him. And then Brock Lesnar is going to go home happy. And I think they're going to probably put this match on night 1, like the second, the third match, because Brock is like, just give me my 4 minutes, and I'm getting the fuck out of here.
That's all we need.
That's it.
That's
I'm
all
done.
we need. Four minutes.
Like Smokey, you love to say it. That's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
That's a wrap. You know what isn't a wrap? Rey Mysterio versus Dom Dom. This has the best... I'm going to say the best, second best build-up of any match on the card. Would you guys agree?
I would agree.
I'm gonna even make the point, this has a better build-up than Cody and Roman.
100%. 100%. Yeah.
Well, first off, I'll get to that later. I'll get to that later. I'll share my thoughts on that build-up with Cody and Roman.
Okay.
But I think I really want to see Rey Mysterio lay hands on Dom Dom.
Well, he did finally on SmackDown after Dom Dom went after his wife and his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want to see.
You think that was a good way to do it? Like, you think they should have waited a little?
Add a personal.
I mean, it's always Dom kept egging him on. He did everything in his power. He went over to the family dinners and all those things with Rhea. Did not work. Rey Mysterio was like, I'm never gonna hit you. There's nothing you can do. He finally verbally was abusing his wife and his daughter, and Rey finally snapped and he fucking popped him. And the pop, no pun intended, right, Dean? You're the king of the puns over here. He popped him. A huge pop in the SmackDown arena. That alone shows you how much effort and how much work they've been putting into the storyline. Yeah. And it's paid off. It's finally paid off. And just think about this. A year ago, Smoke, what were you talking about Dom? He needs to go to NXT.
Yeah.
He was toiling. He was flailing. He seemed to get worse after his debut match, right? We talked about that shit. He was getting worse and worse and worse. It's Dom he sucks. He sucks.
I think that Judgment Day was and parting ways with his dad was
the best thing for his career.
Best thing for him. And after WrestleMania, I still want to see him away from his dad for quite some time.
Well, I think this is going to be it.
I just don't want to see them mingle anymore in each other's storylines. I just think I'm over it after Mania. I'm over it, and I need to see. I mean, obviously, depending on how the next few matches go, our predictions on one of the other matches, he's probably going to be on SmackDown anyway for quite some time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So I want to see some other. I want to see Dom exceed and do more with Judgment Day.
All right. So who you going with then?
I'm gonna go Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio. All right. I'm gonna go Mysterio too.
Well, which one?
Rey.
That's pretty good. I'm gonna go oddball here. I'm gonna say Dominic, man. What if he retires his father at WrestleMania?
I don't think it's gonna be Rey's last match though. They haven't indicated that it was.
No, yeah, it'd be kind of awkward.
And it might be a winning night for a certain couple.
It could be.
Could be a winning night for a certain couple. I mean, Dom isn't getting anything out of this besides humiliating his dad, and I don't know.
But seeing Rey lose, I mean, storyline wise, it would kind of be, it would kind of suck a little bit. But I mean, I don't know. But seeing Dominic lose too, I feel like you've built him up so much, and he's gotten a great reception. I mean, I see people giving him more of a reaction than Rey lately.
Yeah, he gets a lot of heat.
So people like the one to hate, like the ones that they love to hate.
Yeah, and I said this on a Wednesday too.
Prison Dom got over.
Exactly. Sometimes like a way to get over as a heel is have a little bit of like good comedic timing or some sort of like comedic substance to you, because then people will laugh. Kind of like with Roman, he'll crack jokes. You kind of have to have him laugh a little bit as a heel. I think that always works. I mean, Rock, Stone Cold, they always had you laughing a bit.
Yeah.
Dominic, he hit it somehow. I don't know, man. I'm gonna say him. It's an oddball, but I'm gonna say Dom.
All right.
Good old.
All right, cool. That's a good one. You guys think this is going to be the end of the storyline between these two?
It better be, because I can't take no more.
I think if Rey wins, do you guys think we're going to see Dom kind of turn face, kind of make up with him? Like, hey, you beat me. You kind of snap me into it.
No, but there will be indication where it's like, okay, so if Rey Mysterio ends up winning this match, Rey's going to be like, I didn't want to have to do it, but you made me. And Dom's going to be like, yeah, father, I know I was wrong. And then right when that moment, he's going to, it's going to be a kick to the nuts. And then you're going to be like, fucking, I hate you, Dominic. And then it's going to continue on from there.
Damn.
All right. I think that's what's going to happen.
Let's hope not.
All right, our next match, banger after banger after banger after. It's Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, and Gunther for the IC Championship.
Man, Gunther's going to get hit up by the Banger Bros in this match. Huh?
Oh, yeah, he is. But Sheamus and McIntyre are not on the same page. They're not on the same page right now.
You know who I think is going to do damage in this match?
Who's going to do damage?
Gunther.
Gunther?
Mm-hmm. Gunther. He's going to do damage.
Yeah.
I think he's going to know that the odds are against him in this match. And I think he's going to let both of them have it. I think we probably going to see his best performance.
I would 100% agree. So you going with Gunther to win?
Gunther.
All right, what do you say there, Dean?
I'm going to say Gunther, too. I'm glad they went with the triple threat. That's what I said on Wednesday.
We've been calling that for a while. Yeah.
On my solo eps, I'm sure you guys saw it, right? I was like, I can't imagine them choosing one guy. I'm like, we already had Sheamus and him and the UK pay-per-view, right? Great match. him and Drew would be good too. But then Sheamus, where's he gonna go? I was like, they need a triple threat, and they did. They hit it. I want to see Gunther win, but I'm more excited that this match is probably gonna be a really, great match. I think it's gonna be one of my favorite matches of the weekend. That's my prediction.
Okay.
Yeah. So who you going with?
No, Gunther.
He said Gunther.
Oh, Gunther?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, for sure.
All right, this one's I think it's a clean sweep here. I think it's going to be one of the best matches, whatever night it's in, either it's night 1 or night 2. I think Gunther's been Intercontinental Champion for 250 plus days now. I'm pretty certain I got that number wrong, but I think this is going to be his kind of crowning achievement, his crowning jewel, because I think he needs a signature win at a WrestleMania, and then he can lose the title, at some point later on. But he's like the longest reigning champ in the 21st century, and they got to dig back to like the Honky Tonk Man days when his current title reign. So he's been champ for a really long fucking time. Not only is he a good champ, but he's had a great push. He's actually undefeated on the main roster.
Okay.
That's actually incredibly impressive. Gunther has incredible title runs. When he gets a title, he doesn't let go. He was a UK champion for 800 plus days. Now he's on the verge of being IC champ for 300 days. So this guy has remarkable. He's not going to be like a 16-time, a 20-time champion. He's going to be like, oh, he was only Intercontinental champion one time, but yeah, he was champ for like 1,000 fucking days.
Yeah.
So that's actually more impressive than winning and losing constantly. So I'm definitely going to go with Gunther for this one. This is pretty easy. I think it's going to be a great match.
Yeah.
Speaking of great matches, this one has the potential to be, but I'm not as excited as I probably should be, and it's disappointing. We got Edge versus Finn Balor in a Hell in a Cell match. In any other event, this would probably headline a PLE, but because the WrestleMania card is what it is this year, it's not one of the top matches, but it should be billed that way. And I got a couple things I got to nitpick about this match, but what do you think about this one, Smoke?
I'm over it.
Oh, because it's been brewing since Extreme Rules last year, right?
Yeah, man. It's like, damn. It's like, how long are you going to drag this out?
Well, Edge he was around for a while, then he ended up leaving for a long period of time, but then he had to come back.
He left like 4 times in the middle there for you.
Yeah, I know.
So it's like I'm over
Threw
it.
Beth in there a little bit too.
Yeah, I'm over it. I thought this was done at the Royal Rumble.
Elimination Chamber? Was it Elimination Chamber?
I thought it was Royal Rumble. Him and Beth.
I thought it was Elimination Chamber.
Was that Elimination Chamber?
Oh,
It was a tag match. It was a tag match, yeah.
Elimination Chamber.
At the
tag
Rumble, they were having a fight at the stage, which led to Chamber. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a
yeah,
tag.
right.
Yeah, elimination. I thought that was the end of it. I'm like, why do we need to see this for Finn to lose again?
It's almost comedic. Every time Edge comes back, because he leaves all the time, he comes back, and I'm like, hell yeah, we get to see some brand new shit. And he's like, Finn Balor. And I'm like, and then he leaves for like 3 months. He comes back. He's like, I started Judgment Day. I'm like, you mother. Like,
It's like a rivalry that doesn't end.
seriously, man. It's super comedic now, though. It's kind of funny that it keeps happening, but I don't know, man.
So who you going with?
Who would you say?
Oh, Edge.
Oh, Edge.
And you?
I'd hope Edge.
I hope Edge, but I feel like I
think
said,
Balor needs it more.
if one of the next matches or 2 matches down, sorry, I'm reading the guide. If that outcome happens, I do think that it might be a clean sweep for Judgment Day.
Oh, you think they're gonna win every single match?
If that happens, because it would just be a celebratory kind of night.
Okay, that actually makes sense.
If that happens, it's kind of hard to determine. I personally think that match. I think that match could be. What's up?
No, I was gonna say you're right. You're right, because I know Edge doesn't want to win championships. He doesn't want to do anything that inhibits other talent. He wants to help put people over. I think Balor then, right? Mm-hmm. So you think Balor? Are we changing our answers right now?
Probably. I think that I think I said this in the last match with Ray and Dom Dom. Depending on how,
I'm glad you said his name that way too.
depending.
By the way.
Well, I can't help it
I'm
because
glad
you wrote it up there. You won't stop saying it. It's in my fucking head now. So,
That caught me off guard.
I think depending on how their leader is slated to do, will be how, because I can see the moment now, the fireworks going off, both of them rushing to the stage with her. Damian Priest nowhere in sight, maybe.
All right, it's funny you mentioned that too, because my prediction is Edge to win the match, right?
Okay.
But, and a huge but here, now if Finn does pull off the victory, I think Damian Priest interferes and helps Finn win.
Okay.
Because Damian Priest, where is he at on the card? I don't see him. He's going to show up. You know, people are going to show up and try to help Finn. I doubt this is going to be a straight up one-on-one match, because when is it ever a straight up one-on-one match with Judgment Day? It hasn't been that way for almost like a year now. So it hasn't been that way. So I think Finn ends up going over. It's because due to interference, but this is Edge's last year, man. This is his last year wrestling, and I can't see him constantly losing over and over again, especially at WrestleMania. Now, would it be typically ideal when it's your last match as a wrestler to put the other guy over? Yeah, that happens, but I just can't see Edge losing a Hell in a Cell match to Finn Balor. No, granted, Finn Balor's good, but he's not, necessarily all that great to me. He never was, really. Yeah. But I don't know. I'm going to go with Edge on that one. I hope it's a good match, too.
I'm sure it will be.
Too bad we can't see anybody bleed anymore, but whatever. It is what it is.
You said something that caught me off guard. You said huge but. I'm not trying to be funny, not trying to be weird, but it reminded me of someone who may not have a match anymore at Mania. Bobby Lashley.
And why would a huge butt remind you of Bobby Lashley? Explain to all of our fans out there, please. And Smoke, do not say a word. Let him try to get out of this one.
Must have been a weird coincidence. I have no idea whatsoever. Do you guys think he's going to face LA Knight?
I don't know. Is he? How would you put those guys together? How are you booking that one?
I would. You know what? They threw Bray Wyatt and Lashley together randomly. Maybe just throw in LA Knight. I don't know.
Smoke he just wants to leave, right?
Bobby Lashley just bouncing his way down to the ring.
Yeah.
Damn. He's got some cake. Anyway, bringing it back.
I gotta get new friends.
Hey, I respect a good gym bro,
Oh my god.
So I believe Bianca versus Asuka was the next.
Producer T throwing us the signal to go forward.
I believe Bianca versus Asuka was the next one on the card.
What was?
I'm kind of highly disappointed in many things tonight, but just like you,
yeah, man, the match, yeah. I'm,
Oh man.
I think Asuka might take it, yeah?
I'm sorry, man. I cannot recover. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. What? What are we talking about now?
My face break out. Like, I'm getting stressed. Man.
Oh man. All right. Hey, that's the Marking Out Network in a nutshell right there.
It ain't me.
It ain't me either. Oh wow.
Can you imagine if Bobby Lashley had Trinity's move as his finisher? Dear Lord, he would knock you into next week, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Hi-yo.
You'd bounce and hit the ropes and bounce back and hit him again.
He's back and forth like a cartoon, right?
Can you imagine? He does that movie, bounce it, hit him back.
This guy has a fiance, by the way.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
Who is not Bobby Lashley.
Wow.
Can I get a ooh?
No, you can't.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right, let's get this train back on the tracks. All right,
so
guys.
We got Bianca versus Asuka.
All right, Smoke. I know you're a huge Bianca Belair fan.
A huge Asuka fan.
Me as well. But we're going to look back at this match a year from now, 2 years, 10 years from now, and we're going to be like, what the fuck happened?
I'm going to tell you
why did they botch the build so badly? Why?
I'm going to tell you what happened. A change of plans, a series of unfortunate events.
Not the show.
And just like I said, change of plans.
Why are they doing Asuka like this with the whole blue goo in her mouth and all that? Why is that? And why has Bianca become? I dare say she's become boring. She's become boring, man.
We gotta get.
She's become boring.
We gotta get to the root of the problem. Yeah. The root of the problem was a series of unfortunate events.
Not the show.
Yes.
Explain in detail what happened, Smoke. What happened?
Someone got released.
Who?
And they had to redirect the direction that this was supposed to go in.
Wait, who are you talking about? Who's that special someone?
There's been many reports that were saying that Mandy Rose was supposed to go up against Charlotte for SmackDown Women's Championship.
Oh, wow.
And then Toxic Attraction was supposed to go up for their tag titles to Damage Control. Or whoever, or like, that sounds a match. It was slated that Mandy Rose was supposed to have remember how Charlotte Charlotte was saying, oh, who's going to be my next opponent for WrestleMania? And Rhea Ripley said, you haven't beat me from her NXT run. Apparently it was supposed to run that way again. And Mandy Rose was going to say, hey, with her NXT championship, or I don't know how she was going to lose it to Roxanne or not, say, hey, I'm coming for it. And so Rhea was supposed to go against Bianca.
That sounds a lot better than what they have right now.
And if you noticed, they planted so many seeds of Rhea and Bianca behind the scenes many times.
They did. What was all those backstage segments and glaring at each other and all that shit?
That's because that was supposed to happen. And then Rhea even made a comment, I want to say last week or 2 weeks ago. Everyone keeps wondering why I didn't challenge Bianca, but we'll get back to that later on.
What does that mean?
But why?
What does that mean?
You're going after the SmackDown Women's Champions title.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
That's stupid.
They even teased. Okay, I know we're getting off track. They even teased Rhea, and then what was that long ass stare down between her and Becky? Nothing came of that.
I think Rhea was.
What the hell was that about?
I think Rhea was always supposed to be in the picture. I just don't think
Rhea was supposed to stay on fucking Raw, man.
But I think she was always supposed to stay in the picture of a WrestleMania title. I just don't. Think that they 100%.
Had.
I don't think that they had her opponent, who she was going to take the title from, 100% confirmed. I think Bianca did in the beginning. I think she did. She exceeded her expectations as champion. She became real popular with the crowd. I think that she, so they let her stay as champion. But I truly think that Rhea was supposed to be the feud, and I do believe Mandy Rose was supposed to take Charlotte's title.
That actually sounds really interesting and better than anything they have planned. But my biggest gripe in this whole thing is, like, you have Bianca Belair, who's incredibly talented, and her last good feud was with Becky Lynch. We all can agree on that. But then you have Asuka too, like.
A legend,
a Hall of Famer, first ballot, top 5 all time, and yet you have this total disconnect between Asuka and Bianca. They had their stupid will they won't they coexist tag match, which is so fucking played out, man. They do that all the time, and it led to nothing. They barely had any actions at all together.
I would not have mind this. I promise you, I wouldn't have minded the feud had the story build up been better.
Of course not.
Had the story build up been better, I wouldn't have minded the feud. But the story, there's been no build up, absolutely none. I did think that they should have added a third person into the mix to help with the language barrier, and help with the dialogue. To be honest with you, I would have much rather preferred Becky versus Asuka versus Bianca. And I know that that's still not new because they were kind of feuding in the beginning of the year.
They need to get Becky away from the title picture, or at least, even though they gave her another title,
or then add somebody else in. Rhea versus Bianca versus Asuka. I just think that should have been what that was instead of what it is now. I love both. To be honest with you, as much as I wouldn't mind Asuka winning, I could see Bianca pulling out a third Mania win and losing it the following. And losing it the following Monday. There has been no build up. I truly believe Bianca will probably walk out of Mania as a winner. I think fans are going to be very upset, but I think she's going to walk out as a winner. And I think that Monday, if any magic, I'm praying to you now, if any magic happens that Monday, I do believe she will lose her title that following Monday.
So a couple things. When Asuka was dancing with Bianca's belt, I'm like, oh God, this is reach rock bottom. Rock bottom. When you guys know what I'm talking about when she was dancing with her title?
Yeah.
All right, so this is my problem. You said language barrier, and that kind of made me think of something. Asuka, she doesn't really talk much on the mic. Can she speak English? Yes, she can speak English, but she's not going to give like long-winded promos and stuff like that. How do you combat that? You know the Edge promo that he did on Finn. I said this weeks ago. Have Asuka do the exact same promo, but in Japanese and translate it. You can convey the same exact message because granted, it's the WWE universe. You know, they only don't speak English. She could speak Japanese, translate it, and have Asuka in this dark, you know, eerily room, and that promo itself would do much more than anything than her dancing with the title, because that would show a dark, sinister, more evil side, which is the side we thought we were going to go get when she changed her face paint, but we never got that. We just got blue goo coming from her mouth and her dancing with Bianca's title and her kind of creeping around in a weird way. They never went fully 100% with it. It was like this half thing, like that she was kind of dancing around before. So the promo she could have did like Edge did with Finn would have been perfect. It would have mattered, because don't give me this, oh, people don't understand what she's saying. You have translating it English down at the bottom of it so people can fucking read it. Kenny Omega did the exact same thing when he was feuding with Will Ospreay. Kenny Omega spoke fluent Japanese. Guess what? We don't speak Japanese, but they translated in English. So go ahead and do it. Why not? Because that's better than any other bullshit that they came up with the whole fucking time. That's it. I'm done. And by the way, Bianca's probably going to win anyways.
Yeah. All right, Dean, what you got for us?
Shit, you guys said it all, man. That was pretty good. Bianca, man, she's probably going to win. Asuka could have had such a better fucking
build up
coming. Yeah, man.
And she had a great reaction at the Royal Rumble, and they should have just played off of that, and it's fizzled out. She had a great react when the fans saw her mask. I mean, I'm sorry, her face paint.
Oh yeah, no, they totally
went fucking nuts.
They totally wet the bed afterwards.
So
man.
My thing is this: they should have played off of it. They should have kept it going. They should have had her be a complete heel. And she did do somewhat of a character change. Like, I see the suits and stuff she wears.
Oh no, without a doubt, her look's different. Her look
is different, but they could have done more. Bianca's walking out as champ, and that's it.
Yeah. All right. So the next main event, or I'm sorry, the next title match that we're gonna get to, another one that when Rhea made the announcement, we're like, oh really?
It felt drained.
It was like, oh no, man, we're gonna go down this road again, and they basically just keep telling the same story about the match from 3 years ago. We're talking about Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Talking about a build that has absolutely no build, is very dry,
and Rhea Ripley versus Io versus Charlotte at for the NXT title when Charlotte won the NXT title.
And man, this one pains me too, because on paper this is actually gonna, I think right at this very moment, it's gonna main event night one, and we're gonna talk about which match should main event night one. And I'm thinking anybody that doesn't agree with that is fucking stupid and they don't know what they're talking about. But the match itself, Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley, it got off to a bad start. I even said this too when they're building up the feud. Rhea Ripley wasn't the first one that came out when Charlotte was calling out Ripley.
No.
It was Dominic. I'm thinking, oh, man, you sending Dominic out there? Why? Just to talk shit to Charlotte Flair? And what did that accomplish? Absolutely nothing. You think Charlotte Flair is going to get intimidated by Dominic and all that kind of shit? And then it made Rhea look weak because you're sending your fucking boy toy out there. I didn't like that one bit. Zero, none.
But can I be honest with you?
And I like Rhea Ripley.
Can I be honest with you for a second? They actually saved theirs. Because their build up was just as bad as, to me.
They have a history, yes, so you can work off of that.
But their build up was kind of starting off bad, like Bianca and Asuka too. But
it's slightly better.
But their monologues and the way Rhea saved this feud. Even when her announcement to why she chose Charlotte Flair, I thought it was beautiful.
That was good.
It was slow. She thought it out. She really set the tone, and the build up after that was weak, but that set the tone to where I'm like, well, damn. I'm like, she did put a good promo. She made it make sense. A doubt. She made it make sense, and I loved it. And then I thought that it made sense for Charlotte to respond the way she did too, but it got very lackluster. The last build up they had 2 weeks ago,
they finally interacted, right? Yeah.
I thought it was great. It was what they needed. It's going to be a much better match, but is it a main event match? No.
No, of course not, because a main event match for either night 1 or night 2, you have to actually earn it.
To me, if you want your main event match, that build up should have been way stronger than what the hell that is.
Yeah, for political reasons. We still don't know the reasons behind that and what that actually means.
I still hope they change it, in my opinion, last minute.
I think they have to, because Charlotte Flair, again, we're fans of all of these people involved, right? Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley is going to have a great career, and she's going to carry long before, like, Charlotte's going to be long gone. Rhea is going to carry the torch, or whatever you want to say. But the build-up has been absolutely terrible, because I feel like these two do not have chemistry. They just don't have... They're just not clicking on all cylinders like you think a caliber of a Charlotte would have against Rhea Ripley. And the problem with Charlotte is she's playing the face.
Yeah.
And when Charlotte's a face, she is so watered down and boring, and it's really hard to pull off.
But this time she's in a cringe face.
No,
she still kind of has
some heelish tendencies in her last promo on SmackDown.
Yeah,
too.
She still kind of has her sassiness a little bit, but that's
always going to be there.
Yeah, well, she still kind of has her sassiness, and like she's going to be the queen, but she's a little nicer to the crowd. So
yes.
So it's instead of this, the cringe Charlotte I hate is when Paige was beefing with whatever their group was called at the time, and Paige was beefing with them, and she pushed Becky, and Charlotte goes, "Don't you touch my friend." That's the cringe shit I don't want to see.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that shit. But this one is a lot better. So I think the crowd is more responsive and reactive to her.
You funny you mentioned that too, because on SmackDown she's getting the what chance. What? Mm-hmm. And she didn't shut it down completely, because she was like, well, she had to shut it down in a way where it made her seem sympathetic. She's like, please don't do that. That's important to me, or this promo is important to me. The heel Charlotte would have been like, shut the fuck up.
She's like, oh, look at you all so bothered.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah, but I don't know, man.
It seems like she the problem with Charlotte is it seems like she feeds off the hate that the crowd gives her. She feeds off that. She becomes better by it. That's her fuel. Mm-hmm. And like when she's a face, she seems bored. And like, this is all I can do. This is all I can say. This is all I can talk about.
Yeah, she's very limited.
Exactly. She's limited to. And then you can't be a heel. Charlotte Rhea's been a heel for almost a fucking year now, or whatever it's been. It's been a long time. So what are you gonna do?
So with that being said, even though we just said it about the Bianca and Asuka match on what happened, even though we know a series of events caused this to happen,
we can blame Mandy Rose apparently for the downfall of these two fucking women's matches.
I blame the company. They had big plans for her, and they let her go off of impulse reaction. But anyway, I'm gonna go with the.
And we haven't even talked about how Charlotte has totally fucked the women's division on SmackDown. We totally who's she wrestling? Sonya Deville every week.
We don't Charlotte or the producers. We're not gonna go there. Anyways, Rhea's gonna win this match.
Yeah. So Dean, what do you think about this one, huh?
Rhea Ripley, man. That's it.
That's all you got.
That's all I got.
That's all you got. All right, cool. We're gonna.
And I second everything
everybody said.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna go with Rhea because if this ends up being the main event at night 1 and Flair goes over, you talk about a dud.
Yeah.
Wow, you're sending people home super pissed, even though Flair is supposed to be the face in this one. But everybody, I would say 90% of the crowd is going to be going for Rhea Ripley in this match.
Out of the two women's matches, any returns?
Any returns?
No.
Not that I can think of.
No, not off the top of my head, no.
Okay. All right. Well, all right, let's head to the next match.
So the real main event of night 1, this has been the best build.
An actual build up.
A year in the making almost. The Usos versus Sami Zayn and KO.
I personally think it should have been 1-on-1, but we're going to go.
1-on-1, what are you talking about?
Sami versus Jay.
Sammy versus Jay, okay. But, I mean, you did have Jimmy's been a part of the bloodline. You have KO who's in the mix now, too.
Yeah,
They can't totally be disregarded, right?
It makes sense, but... I think this is what everyone is going to be looking for.
All right. So let's kind of reset a little bit here. So a lot of people were thinking, just a couple months ago at Elimination Chamber, it's like, oh man, it should be Sami Zayn versus Roman.
Yeah.
What did we say for how many months now? It was never about Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns. It was always about Sami Jay, Jimmy, and then you kind of threw KO in there towards the latter end.
The problem was, I think this took off a lot more than they thought it would.
Yeah.
And so what the trouble is, they kind of navigated off course and made it more about Sammy and Roman, and it was never about Sammy and Roman. It was about Sammy and Jay.
Of course.
And so I think that they
had the most interactions between anybody.
They had the story. To be honest,
Yeah.
they kept the bloodline interesting. Excuse me. I think that people got sidetracked, and there was a possibility that it would have been Sammy and Roman. So even for a second, I was like, make it Sammy versus Roman. But then I thought about it. What is the actual feud here? The feud here was always Sammy versus Jay.
Of course. And by the way, Sammy already had his WrestleMania moment too.
He did.
He already had that moment on SmackDown in Elimination Chamber where he was in his hometown. He got the biggest ovation he's ever going to get in his career. He was so close to beating Roman Reigns, and I was like, that is his WrestleMania moment. Now he's going to get another WrestleMania moment.
Yeah.
It might not be as big or what people want, but it's still pretty good.
I think we can nip it in the bud and pretty much. I don't know. You know what? I was pretty sure that Sammy and KO were going to take this.
Oh, now you're changing your mind?
I still think they're going to take this, but with how Bianca might not be the only champion walking out as champion again.
You think the Usos might prevail?
I think this one might be touch and go for me.
Okay, 50-50, right?
50-50.
You can make the case for both.
You can make
teams
the case
winning,
for both.
yeah.
I think this one might be touch and go because honestly, if they win and Tribal Chief wins,
the story continues.
The story continues, man. When I tell you, it's gonna be so much heat that Monday.
Yeah.
And Friday, it's gonna be so much heat. But
I think it's a little more cut and dry for me.
I'm just gonna 50-50.
All right, well, Dean, what do you think, man? There's a lot to digest. The story's been building for a very long time. Every single Monday and SmackDown, it's been a lot to digest, man. We can't go over the entire history of the whole Bloodline saga, but it reached this point to this crescendo. So what do you think there, Dean?
Damn. I think it could go either way, but it's got to go the way of if Roman wins, the Usos will win, right? I don't think it's going to be one or the other. I think they're both going to lose it, or they're both going to keep it. I don't know, man.
I know what you're saying. It'd be telling. So if on night one the Usos retain, you're thinking, Roman might retain.
Yeah.
But if Sammy and KO win, you're like, Roman's going down, because it's either one or the other. They all going to go down, or they're all going to be successful.
So I'm gonna give, this is just like, give me 2 minutes, all right?
Go ahead, man.
This is a.
You give yourself 2 minutes. Don't waste my fucking time.
The floor is yours. There, go ahead, man.
I want to pick your brains at this. All right, I want your opinions.
Go
this
ahead.
is an insight to Wednesday next week, so you guys watch for that one. It's gonna be what if Roman wins. All right, hear me out. What if, I'm gonna make it quick just so that you guys watch Wednesday. If Roman wins and the Usos lose, what if we see some sort of build-up where Jay becomes a really good babyface, right? And he wins the King of the Ring in Saudi. That'd be great for Jay. And then maybe either it's with him or maybe a couple other people. Maybe it's a fatal four-way. What if Jay faces Roman at SummerSlam after being King of the Ring?
I can see that.
What if?
I can see that.
What if? That's weird, huh? Or is it cool? What do you guys think?
I can see that because if we think about it, I think people got to look bigger picture. And if we think about it, Roman's real feud, it was not Cody Rhodes. It was not Cody Rhodes. Roman's feud this entire year has been keeping his family together and keeping his family on his course, and making sure everyone falls in line with him. They've planted the seed several times. When Jay said something about, I don't give a damn about what the tribal chief says. I went off course. Jay was the most reluctant to join when he said, "I don't give a damn what the tribal chief says." He was Roman's ace. 3, this whole thing with Sammy being in the mix and Jay being, a little confused by it. And to be honest, his rival, if we think about it, has been right there the whole time.
That's all good points, and I agree with you to an extent, but only half the extent. I think the feud between Roman and Jay will happen at some point, but it's not going to be for the title.
Okay.
Because somebody else is going to have the championship.
Okay.
They still can feud with each other, but the title does not have to be on the line.
It doesn't. I'm just telling you what this. I'm telling you, like, they've put the pieces in there for this to play out.
Oh,
perfectly.
it definitely will.
They put this will play out perfectly.
Will.
Because we keep talking about Cody, we were talking about Seth, we were talking about Rock. I'm sorry, Sami Zayn. Jade, I think Jay has elevated a lot the last 2 to 3 years.
Main event Jay.
And I think that he played his part well to where he had two big feuds that he was in the middle of and trying to one is secretly and the other he was very open about.
Yeah, of course.
So
Dean, who are you actually gonna go with the match? Who's gonna win?
I'm gonna say Usos are gonna lose, man. I think they're gonna drop the belts.
Okay.
And then I think the fact that we don't know where it's going or where it's gonna go afterwards is better. So
yeah, I'm sticking with 50-50.
So you're undecided.
I'm undecided.
All right. I'll make this short and sweet. I think this build-up has been one of the best build-ups I've ever seen in WWE, especially in the last probably 20 years. And the whole back and forth between Jay and Sammy has been, I'll dare say, like a masterpiece.
Yeah.
When you look back at this, I think we appreciate it now, but looking back at it, I was like, man, this is probably the best work of their career that they ever had. Jay has been the one to feud with Roman, yes. He's gone back and forth on Sammy saying yes. KO his point has been straightforward. He's like, Sammy, don't get involved with these guys. They're going to fuck you over, so you better fuck them before they fuck you. No pun intended, Dean. And, but, so my point being is, I think Sammy and KO, they pull off the win. They win the undisputed tag team championships of the world, and we can finally... one half of the story's complete.
Okay.
But now we're getting to the main event, the biggest WrestleMania event, maybe not in history, but definitely bigger than last year for sure, even though that was supposed to be the biggest one of all time. Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Championship of the world. This is it, guys. The main event, the only main event in town. What do you think, Smoke? Who do you got?
I could care less.
Wow.
Damn.
You just totally buried the main event. But you know what? You should care because whatever the outcome of this match might set up what you think might happen for the course of the summer.
I care. You're right. I'm more interested in the outcome than I am the match.
Okay. And I see what you're saying because the match sometimes is forgettable because the story is so fucking heavy. And you're like, the match is an afterthought except for the very end.
I would say this Roman story is very heavy.
Okay.
His and Cody's, it's last minute. And it's not their fault because he got out with an injury.
Yeah.
His and Cody's is not heavy to me.
So you're not buying this whole I need to do it for Dusty Rhodes. I need to do it for my father. So okay, the promo. Let's talk about this for a second. The promo battle, round 1 went to Roman.
Yep.
Round 2 went to Cody. So now they're 1-1. So now they booked this in a very good way. They're not touching each other. They're not going to be like Austin and The Rock, 2001, where every other week one was hitting the rock bottom, one was hitting a stunner. It's not that kind of build. They're clearly determined to keep these two dudes away from each other and have all these side missions going on, right?
Yeah.
So that they're not going to touch each other, which I think is really smart too, because when they finally do hook up, the place is going to explode.
Yeah.
That's actually the smart thing to do. Right? All right, but continue. Go ahead, Smoke.
I just care more about the outcome of the match to see where the future story goes. But I am not. I'm not invested in this feud.
Okay.
I'm more invested into what will come of
So you're more concerned with the aftermath.
I'm more concerned with the outcome of the feud.
Okay.
Ending, so that's what I'm more concerned about.
But
Yep.
who you going with? Not no 50-50 split again, Smoke. Come on, man.
It has to be. If the last one's 50-50, that determines everything about the night too. So I have to be 50-50 on this one.
All right, Dean, what do you say, man?
I keep going back and forth, man.
Again, it's one of these matches where you can make the case for both. I mean, Roman's on the cusp for holding on to the Universal title for 1,000 days. He's like at 950 or something crazy number. To me, those numbers, I mean, they're impressive when you look up stats and stuff like that, but I don't really think much of it. I mean, to me, that's impressive, but it's just like, is the right time for him to lose now? I say yes, but go ahead.
Roman Reigns might win it. That's my pick. And the only reason I say that, I think Cody can be WWE champion.
Yeah.
I think he can be the undisputed champion.
Yep.
I want nothing less from him. I want him to be on top. But I said it before, and it keeps coming back to me. I think the people who should have dethroned Reigns, either his family or someone close to him. 2 names come to mind: Jey Uso, Seth Rollins. I think that has to be the ones, because then it just makes sense.
It's full circle.
Yeah, Cody, like you said, man, you said it perfect. It was out of nowhere. They put it together real quick, and it's not a bad feud. It's not a bad idea, but not for where we're at right now.
Storyline
and what's on the line.
Not to be the guy to dethrone him after almost 1,000 days. Maybe if Roman was champ for 100 days. Hell yeah, but
it's for what's on the line, and it's not. I mean, they've put more effort into Roman's side storylines that's all we kind of care about right now.
All right,
it's not Cody's fault.
Well, real quick, but I was gonna say, if Roman wins, isn't it gonna feel just a little deflating? That we're gonna have such a big come up with Cody. Just Cody. Don't even think about Roman's storyline or anything. Just Cody coming back, doing his things. Rumble, the main, big drawn out, up and coming feud, whatever, right?
The constant video packages we got every single week of his recovery.
And then if he doesn't win it at Mania, when he wins it down the line, it's gonna feel like
it's gonna feel less important.
No, I don't know about less important. I
feel it will. Yeah.
I don't think it'll be less important. I think this is just another. I can see the video package now. WrestleMania, he almost got it.
But if he has the feud for next year, then it's another person who doesn't get the
well, I wasn't saying that for next year. I'm saying maybe like SummerSlam.
Yeah, but still, that's
far ahead.
But that's not Mania. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I mean, it's the closest thing to it.
That's the only reason Mania. I'm like, maybe Cody should win.
Or WrestleMania.
So you're going. So Dean, it sounds like you're sticking with Roman on this one.
I'm gonna stick with Roman.
Wow, man!
Just because I want someone else.
You're talking about something they've been building up. I feel like they've done I don't think you're giving Cody enough credit, guys. I really don't.
No, I think he's great. I think, like I said, I think he should be the top guy at some point.
I think he's really prime right now. No, he is. I think he's prime right now.
Well, Roman storyline, I wish it wasn't now.
I think this is going to be. They keep bringing up. You got to finish the story. I know that sounds cliche after the 1,000th time you hear it.
Well, they need to split the belts too, man.
I think so. This is, I think, what's going to happen is Roman. He's had this epic journey. Cody is coming along. Yeah, it got derailed because of the injury and Smoke. To your point, they didn't build it up as good as they probably could have because of his injury. So they had to maybe scramble at the last minute to get it back in gear. Yeah. That's fine because his return at the Rumble, it was obvious that he was going to win the Rumble and he was going to be going against Roman Reigns. We said this like last summer, like, oh man, who's going to dethrone Roman? It was like, is it going to be Jay? Is it going to be The Rock? Is it going to be Cody? Cody was always on our minds, right?
Yep.
So I think Cody, it's the perfect time because if Roman does win, it's going to be so deflating, and I feel like WWE is just spinning their wheels. Now, let me make the case for Roman winning. Ratings, ticket sales.
Yeah.
Right? They're all been great. They've been better now than they have in the last, 5-6 decade or whatever. Roman draws. We all know that. But him being off television, him being not at these events anymore, would that affect ticket sales? Would that affect the ratings? I don't think it's going to affect it necessarily that bad, because I think people now are so invested in WWE, they're still going to go to these events. Cody Rhodes has the highest selling merchandise or something like that. I don't know. I don't have the fucking numbers to look it up or anything like that. But he has his merchandise sales are doing extremely well, right? He is signing autographs. He's doing everything. He looks like a champion. He talks like a champion. He walks like a champion. Everything he does to carry the company on his back. And now, granted, Roman comes and goes as he pleases, and I feel like Roman Reigns gives the guy a fucking give him his flowers. Yeah. Tell him you have the best storyline in the last 20 years, and just move on from it.
Yeah.
Take your vacation until, I don't know, whatever, SummerSlam, take 4 or 5 months off, come back refreshed, and we could build something fresh again, because it gets tiresome after a while when the same guy wins all the time. It's like, yeah, you want this epic story, but I feel like every epic story has a conclusion. It has to end at some point. Every book has a final chapter. It doesn't continue on and go on forever. No storyline does. No champion lasts forever. So this is the perfect opportunity for Roman to actually go down, and the end of the bloodline. Maybe not necessarily that dramatic, but them losing the championships. And then this is where, to your point, Smoke, Roman's gone. He's crushed. He's devastated. He just lost the only thing that matters to him. Paul Heyman's like, Roman's gone. He has to go away for a while. Jay's like, well, I got to step up. Who's going to be the leader of the bloodline? Jay becomes the leader.
Okay.
He steps up. He steps up his game. I'm going with Cody Rhodes to finally put Roman down. But the more interesting thing is what sets up for later. The night after, Cody Rhodes, celebratory. Everything is great. You know who shows up? The first feud for Cody Rhodes? Randy Orton.
Okay.
The Viper comes back. Viper's been gone for a long time. I think it's going to be Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, Monday Night Raw. Now, you have Edge winning Hell in a Cell. I'm going with Seth. These guys are going to be like, hey, I just won fucking WrestleMania. Yeah. Now you're going to have a whole new fresh crop for that title. Now, how do you split the titles? Cody Rhodes, I definitely think he'll keep the WWE Championship. There's been some rumblings about Triple H getting rid of the Undisputed title, or just splitting it off to go to SmackDown or something like that. How about this? You have a feud with Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. Hey, we got a 4-man tournament for the Universal title on SmackDown, something like that.
Okay.
It's almost, I know it's going to be treated as like a parting gift or like a secondary prize, but I don't really see it that way. I'm not too keen on the Universal title, but I feel like if that's how you're going to split it, Cody's going to relinquish one, and then you literally have one champion on Monday Night Raw, then you have a new champion on SmackDown, then you have all these moving parts. Roman's gone for X amount of months. Jay can win the Undisputed title and then have Roman come back and feud with him. That's actually a perfect opportunity for Roman to come back, because Roman has that singles Bray has that singles championship, but he never defeated Roman for it, and then that's where the feud comes back together, and I think that would be the way to go about it. But that's how I would book it.
Okay.
Dude, that sounds perfect, man. I've also said the same thing, too, on my pod, which was Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. I can definitely see that happening. Revisit the legacy a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that's great. And I can see already the babyface promo with Cody Rhodes, right? Where he's holding it and he's like, I did this for my father, but I feel guilty holding both. I love this belt too, but like, I'm just taking away from all the other talent on the other show if I just hold both of these for myself.
No, that's actually pretty good. I like that. Yep. So I could see him relinquishing one of it. Yep, the tournament. You can't just give the belt to another guy or whatever like that, but a tournament, that'd be a perfect opportunity for a new, fresh crop of guys going for a title, and then you split the belts that way, and I think everybody would be happy with that. Now, if Roman wins, it's a totally different story, and guys, whoever's watching this, listen to this podcast, watch this video, play back what I said of how I booked literally until SummerSlam, and see if anything happens, because I think it's pretty fucking good, right? I don't know.
All right,
so that's our WrestleMania 39 predictions. We're about an hour and a half into this prediction show. We're
I'm
very
surprised the camera's still on.
Me
the camera's
too.
still on. It's plugged in.
that's
We're ready to go.
pretty good.
You got another hour in you? You want to talk some more smoke? No,
I'm
we
gonna have to
good.
take a deuce if so. Man.
How about this? How about we just end this? This is the Marking Out Network podcast, WrestleMania 39 prediction show. I'm Neal Pretty Boy Thomas.
I'm your boy Cordell, aka Smoke.
And I am Dean Walker. You got to get those pauses. You can find me at 99 Dean Walker. You can find us on all the social media platforms. Instagram at the Marking Out Pod, on Twitter at Pod Marking Out, where Neal Pretty Boy Thomas loves to tweet his
Yeah, that's me, baby.
heart out.
All the heat coming at and you can come at me with it.
all the
Whatever.
heat, just
Yeah, you guys do that.
Firemen hate him.
You guys do that. You guys do that.
Bring in all the
In the
heat.
fucking show.
Just end it. Just
You're
end
right.
it.
Sorry, guys.
Damn.
All right.